Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Manitoba PNP program, MPNP shortly known as. It is a great PNP program if you are applying for Canadian immigration. And on my channel, I always try to educate you guys about the PNP programs that don't need a job offer, because people keep on saying, go for PNP to everyone out there. And they don't even know what PNP is, what are the PNP programs out there, and what are the criterias for those PNP programs. So I've almost talked about every PNP program that does not need a job offer. Okay, and MPNP is one of those PNP programs that does not need a job offer. Now, previously I have created a video that talks about the eligibility factors for Manitoba and the fact that you can claim your friend's points, and that's the only province where you can do that. But in that video, I talked about the minimum eligibility points. Just like Express Entry Profile, you have minimum eligibility points and you have CRS points. So just like the CRS points, the comprehensive ranking score of Express Entry Profile, Manitoba has an EOI ranking points. Okay, so when you create your expression of interest after determining that you are eligible, obviously as per the last video that I uploaded on MPNP, then your EOI will have certain points. And now we're going to understand how will you be awarded with those points. Okay, so the first assessment factor is your language proficiency. Now we're talking about the first official language, which could be English or which could be French. Okay, so first official language, if you have CLB 8, CLB 8 is always listening 7.5, reading 6.5, writing 6.5, and speaking 6.5. Okay, so this is CLB 8. So if you have CLB 8, that is the most needed of you. Now you will be awarded 25 points per band. There are 4 bands in IELTS, so you will be getting 100 points if you have a CLB 8, CLB 9, or a partial CLB 10 or a complete CLB 10. You will be awarded 100 points. And if you have a CLB 5 overall in your second official language, which would obviously be French, then you will be getting 25 extra points, but we're not going with that. So we calculate 100 points out of the maximum points for the factor 1, that is your language proficiency. So the second point is age. Now the thing about Manitoba is that they give you points, maximum points, if your age is above 21 and below 45. If your age is 21 to 45, this is a massive age bracket, and you will be awarded 75 points. That is the maximum you get out of the factor 2 of age. Now if we add 175, it will be 175. And work experience is the third factor that I want to talk about here. If you have a 4 years or more work experience, then you will be getting an additional 70 points, 75 points, and your total points will be 250. Now if you have a fully recognized work experience by a provincial licensing body, then you will be awarded 100 extra points. But since we don't have that, we are going with the 250 points total that we have calculated. Now the factor 4 is education. Okay, so if you have a master's degree, you will be getting 125 points. That will make your points total to 375. If my calculation is wrong anywhere, then please let me know in the comment section and I will pin your comment, because in the Quebec video, I calculated 48 months to be 2 years, which was actually 4 years. So it was a big mistake. And some valuable subscriber pointed me towards it, and I pinned his comment so that the people who would be watching that video would be able to see where I went wrong. So the point scoring is now at 375. And the fifth factor is adaptability. Now, the amazing thing about Manitoba is, as I've already discussed, that they give you points for your friend. Okay, so if you have a close relative, you will be getting 200 points, which is a massive edge. If you have a close relative, a sibling living in Manitoba, then you will be getting 200 points, and this is awesome. I mean, your journey towards Canadian immigration will be much easier. Okay, so if you have previous work experience in Manitoba, if you have completed education from Manitoba, if you have close friend or distant relative in Manitoba, now you need to have some of these connections. Otherwise, you will not be eligible for MPNP. Okay, so if you have a close friend living in Manitoba, you will be getting 50 points, and that will total your points to 425. Okay, now if you get invited through the strategic recruitment initiative, so if you get that, you will be getting 500 additional points. But let's talk about that in another video, okay? Because this is a topic for another day, right? So we are at 425 points. And if your close friend is living outside of Winnipeg, then it means that your immigration destination in Manitoba is outside of Winnipeg. Then you will be awarded extra 50 points that will make your points to 475 points. Okay. Now, if you have work experience from any other province in Canada, then your points will see a deduction of 100 points, because Manitoba obviously wants you to stay in Manitoba. And if you have a work experience in any other province, that means that you are likely to move to another province. So they will deduct 100 points from your points. So like this is how it is. So for 475 points, we're starting with that. If you have studied in another province, then they will deduct 100 points out of your expression, out of your EOI ranking points. Okay. And if you have studied from a province, if you have work experience from another province outside of Manitoba, then you will see a deduction of 200 points in your Manitoba expression of interest ranking points. So 475 points is what you get with a friend, with a CLB 8, with your age 21 to 45, with a master's degree. Okay, did I miss anything? So overall points are 1000. So when you see a draw, you can expect a score of 700, 600, 650. Okay, but your score is 475 based on a friend only. Now in the upcoming videos, I will talk about the excluded occupations of Manitoba. Okay, if your knock falls into those categories, then you will not be able to apply for the MPNP program. So that is a crucial video. In another video, I will talk about the Manitoba Strategic Recruitment Initiative, that they select you from the express entry pool without creating an expression of interest. So that is a must watch that I'm going to make. Another Manitoba video will be about the draws. What are the draw trends and what kind of scores we look at when we talk about Manitoba. And in a separate video, I will talk about how you can claim points for your friend or for your close relative by listing out all the documents that are required for claiming that he or she is your friend. Okay, so wait for these videos. If you find Manitoba PNP program an interesting option, because this is obviously, they don't need a job offer. Okay, so it is a great opportunity. So if you have not already, subscribe to my channel so that you get the notification about the videos that I upload about Manitoba and for Canadian immigration. This is Iftikhar, wishing you guys all the best.